Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday. Hope everyone's doing well. Kind of a weird change in weather the last couple of days. Been a little chilly, but I think we're officially into fall, and it's a great time of year. So hope everyone's doing well. So wanted to continue this week. What we initially started last week, talking about National Hispanic Heritage Month. I sent you a video to kind of welcome you to the month, and a great time to be celebrating. So. For today, wanted to talk a little bit more specifics, some population trends and some interesting facts about Hispanics and Latinos in the United States. So, each year, Americans, we observe National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th, by celebrating histories, culture, and other contributions of American citizens whose ancestors came from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. So, this month, it started in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson, but it was actually expanded by President Ronald Reagan in 1988 to cover the 30-day period between September 15th and ending on October 15th. It was enacted in law in 1988. And the day September 15th is significant because it's the anniversary for independence for Latin American countries, the countries of Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. September 15th is an Independence Day for those countries. In addition, Mexico and Chile celebrate their Independence Days on September 16th and September 18th, respectively. And so, and also Columbus Day in Mexico, or Dia de la Raza, which is October 12th, falls within the 30-day period. So it's a very significant time, and there's a reason specifically that these dates were chosen. So again, and I think what's really interesting is several facts about the growth of Hispanic culture in the United States. Did you know that the U.S. Hispanic population reached over 62 million last year, which was up from about 50.5 million in 2010? So that 23% increase was the fastest in the nation's growth rate. Was faster. The 23% was faster than the nation's overall growth rate, which was 7%. And the only group that's grown faster in that time period is the Asian population, which has grown by 36%. So, but in 2020, last year, Hispanics made up nearly 1 in 5 people in the whole U.S., about 19%, which is up from 16% in 2010 and even 5% in 1970. So the population of the Hispanic population is really growing. So, and actually, the U.S. population grew by about 22 million from 2010 to 2020, and Hispanics accounted for 51% of this increase, a greater share than any other racial or ethnic group. So it just goes to show you how much, influence, the Hispanic population has had on our country's growth. And what's interesting is that, did you know that Hispanics have become the largest racial or ethnic group total in California? This happened back in 2014, and it's the first state with it's obviously California is the nation's largest Hispanic population, but actually the Hispanic population now is larger than any other group, in the whole state of California. So which is really interesting. So. Actually, the Latinos accounted for like 39% of California's population in 2020, highest among the nation. And then the next two states, Texas and Florida, are about 38% and 26%. So again, it's really growing. And California, Texas, and Florida are three of the nation's not just biggest growing states, but fastest growing states. So Hispanics have had a major influence on those growth rates as well. But it's not just, necessarily the states that you would think of, California and Texas and Florida. But did you actually know that there are two states from 2010 to 2020 that saw a 75% increase and a 148% increase in Hispanic populations? North Dakota and South Dakota. So I know probably wouldn't even think that. Now again, they still have relatively they're low population states. So they're obviously not competing with California. But North Dakota saw a 148% increase, and South Dakota a 75% increase in Hispanic populations over the last 10 years. So Hispanic populations are growing literally nationwide. So. And within this growth, the fastest population growth among U.S. Latinos has come from those with origins in Venezuela, Guatemala, and Honduras. Those three groups have actually seen anywhere between, 126% increase for Venezuela. Guatemalans saw a 50% increase. Hondurans about a 47% increase. And to give you a general idea, the Mexican population from the U.S. grew by about 13% over the last 10 years. So. again, I think it's really fascinating. Just these statistics alone show the growing, not just the growing influence, but the overall influence that Hispanic and Latinx citizens have had on our country. So again, just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of background today, not just about the holiday, but and the celebration time, but also about the growing influence on population in our country. So next week again, we'll record something similar to this and be able to share some more facts, more interesting things. I hope you'll be able to join us later in October. We have 2 lunch and learns. We're going to play a couple games and have some fun with this month. So I hope you're able to join us. It will be it's just for 30 minutes. You can eat your lunch while we're doing it. I think you really will enjoy it. So if you have any questions, let me know. But I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you will continue to celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month with us from now through October 15th. Thanks so much, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk soon.